the center of the universe and the Thrive15.com world headquarters.
Let's go!
Presenting the world's only business school without the BS with optometrist and entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner and the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, Clay Clark. It's the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170. 3, 2, 1, boom!
Hello, Thrive Nation, and welcome back to your favorite show. It's the Thrive Time Show during your drive time home. And as always, you have entered into the dojo of mojo, where we talk about business without the BS. And as always, my name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, and I'm joined here with Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, Dr. Z, how are you?
I had one of the best weekends ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Epic.
Just an awesome weekend. You know, when everything just kind of lines up, it all kind of comes together. You know, like you at your house, you probably got all the chickens laid an egg.
Yeah.
All the trees protected your privacy.
That's right.
Your man cave, nobody changed the temperature from 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
And the music was perfect.
The music was perfect the whole weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, just a great weekend. So Mondays, people are like, oh, I don't like Mondays, you know.
Could it be said that you painted the perfect picture of a weekend? Was it the perfect picture of the weekend?
Oh, I do like painting perfect pictures.
And do you know who's someone else? You know someone else who likes painting perfect pictures, and someone who likes helping other people paint perfect pictures?
Do tell.
I will tell you, it's Miss Lisa Riley. She's the proud business owner, mother, and wife, and she is the lady who's in charge of the Pinot's Palette.
Oh,
you're like the region's Pinot's Palette guru, right?
Some say so. I mean, I still think I'm like the goofy chick from Bixby, but yes.
For people who don't know what Pinot's Palette is, what's that all about?
We are this is my elevator pitch.
Okay.
Pinot's Palette is an upscale paint and sip studio where we walk anyone step by step through a full canvas painting while we listen to great music. Usually it's rock and pop. And we sip wine and drink beer.
And it is a great experience. If you have not been to one of your locations, where can people find you?
We're located on Cherry Street, the Jinx Riverwalk, and then on Main Street, BA in Broken Arrow.
I have been to the Jinx Riverwalk location, and you guys make it happen. It's good times.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I took my wife. It was a date night. We had a great time. We painted a butterfly. It was kind of an orange and a yellow butterfly. I had a great time there. It was really, really fun. And I will tell you, today we're talking about the timeline of success of Walt Disney's 22-year journey, Z. 22-year journey to becoming an overnight success. 22 years.
You know, when I was a kid, I got to confess something, Lisa. I got to just throw this out there now. Okay. But I used to back in the day when they had the VHS tapes.
Oh, wow.
You kids listening out there driving home on your Monday may not know what that is.
What's a VHS,
It's like a big, clunky cassette tape. It's big, and you put it in there, and you put the thing. And I used to tape the guy on Saturday mornings that would do the paint.
Bob Ross.
Thing. Yes.
Happy Trees.
Happy Trees.
I did the older guy before him, and then Bob afterwards with the big hair. That dude had some serious
fro.
He had some serious hair.
Serious hair.
Did you like Bob Ross there?
Yeah. I mean, I used to watch him on Saturday mornings. It was like PBS or OETA or something, right?
That was Pinot's Palette before there was Pinot Palette. I mean, really. So then I would get my little canvas, and I did like 3 or 4 or 5 of those things.
I want to, again, every time I learn more about you, there's a closer bond. I used to do this with Bob Ross. I watched him all the time, record it, tape it, watch it.
Which is cool on an art thing. People don't know that about you.
Yeah,
I just know you as this awesome entrepreneur, like SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, kind of a big deal. But, you know, you really came to college, ORU, on a
art scholarship. Yeah, that was my whole thing, graphic design, art, and I discovered for me, I didn't want to become a starving artist, and so I switched, started my own business. Next thing you know, here I am. But here's the thing is, who was Walt Disney, okay? Walt Disney. Well, Walt Disney, if you're thinking about this, he had a 22-year path to success. So he goes on to win. Check this out. I'm going to read this to you, okay? He was known as an animator, a voice actor, a film producer. He had Academy Awards. He had 59 nominations for the Academy Awards, Oscars. This guy was like the guru. He kept winning, okay? He built Disneyland. He built Disney World. He was one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time. But here's the thing. He started somewhere.
Yeah.
And so where he started, he was born in 1901, but Walt began developing his skills as a cartoonist and as a very young kid while he was living on a farm in Missouri. And the thing is, everybody, if you're listening to this right now, I don't care if you're growing up on a farm in Missouri, if you're growing up here in Oklahoma, or what you're doing, you have to start somewhere. Walt did not start off as this famous entrepreneur, Walt Disney.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170.
So, see, people look at you today and they go, man, this guy is successful. I could never. I hear a lot of people go, I could never do that. I just could never. Lisa, people have seen the success of your businesses and they go, I just don't know if I could ever do that. Lisa, I want to ask you, where did you start out? What was your background?
Well, my background is quite eclectic.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to I'm from Bixby. I'm a local person. And I went to TCC. I went to junior college first, went off to Oklahoma State and got a bachelor's degree. So here's a funny story, and this is where I'm going to bring in Dr. Z.
Oh no.
So
Oh no.
my first job after graduating with a bachelor's degree
Move.
was working for Dr. Zellner.
Well, of course
Whoa.
it was. Of course it was.
And he has no idea.
Sorry.
I look way different. I look like Cousin It back then. I had really long hair. I had 80s hair. Let's just face
80s
it.
hair.
I had
Boom.
80s hair. And so
Cuz.
yeah, basically.
Big bangs?
No, because my hair was so long. No.
Okay.
But anyways, I worked for Dr. Zellner, and I started at the front desk on your very first office that you had.
Oh wow.
This gets better. And
Oh,
so
just the hits keep coming.
no, it's good. This
Oh,
is
this
good.
good.
'cause
Okay, good,
This is
good,
kind
good.
of a full circle moment right here
Okay,
because
here we go.
I started working for you, and then you decided you wanted to open your location on Memorial.
Yes.
So you built this beautiful facility, and I went over there to work. And I was just an assistant, helping take patients back to the rooms. But I should have always been an entrepreneur because I'm innately curious. Always want to learn stuff. And so everything I did, I would follow, and I asked if it was okay if I shadowed everyone that worked in your office to see what they did so I could figure out how to help them out if there was a shortage and
awesome.
stuff. And so I ended up helping you all, and you actually showed me how to practice refracting people.
Wow,
So-
refracting.
Yeah. And funny enough, I got an opportunity to go work for an eye surgeon after that, where I went
Cool.
and learned how to assist in eye surgery, and I loved it. And then I moved on to my job at Quick Trip's corporate office.
Oh, wow.
So I have a very eclectic background.
Did you meet Valerie Painter?
I love Valerie. She's one of my dearest friends.
See, Valerie Painter is who let me. I called Chet Kadja for years,
Very good
harassing,
friend.
trying to set up a meeting there. And Valerie's the one who connected me and let me meet and have breakfast with Chet, which was a game-changing, mind-blowing experience.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So this is like a unicorn moment here. This is huge.
It's a unicorn moment. And what she was talking about, following other employees around, that's one of my 5 A's we talked about. I don't know if you remember my 5 A's, but above and beyond. In other words, learning, being cross-trained, and just doing it on your own. That's incredible. She was an A employee, obviously, A+.
Now here's the deal, Z. Once Walt Disney, he starts, he's getting into cartooning. He's living in Missouri on the farm. He decides at age 16, he says, I want to join the U.S. Army. But Z, the U.S. Army says you can't be in here. Why? Because he's 16.
Huh.
So you know what he did?
He lied about his age?
He did. He forged the date of his birth. It's forged.
Well, why
he
wouldn't it?
forged, which is not
Forged.
lying. It's forged.
It's forging.
He forged the date of his birth. And he joined the Red Cross in September 1918 as an ambulance driver. Now, in 1919, Walt returned to the United States and got his first job working in a commercial art studio. Now, he earned $50 a month, which today I went ahead and I calculated it for inflation. That is $684.73 per month. Listening right now, if you're listening right now, in today's money, it's $684 per month was his first job. Okay, this is like he's not doing very well.
That's a car payment.
Now, Z, I want to ask you this:
It
what
is.
was your first legit, real job?
My first legit job was I was a daytime dishwasher at Chiquita O'Brien's, which was a Mexican restaurant here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, near 41st and Garnett. I was 13 years old, and I would ride my skateboard up to work every day. And if I was running late, I'd have one of my brothers pump me with his bike. Have you ever done that, Clay?
Were you right
back
on
in
the-
the day? Have you ever done that?
you-
You get on the skateboard, and you hang on to the little back of the bike, and you just yell and scream at him, go, go.
I did that a lot after watching Back to the Future.
Oh yeah,
I saw it happen. I was like, I want to do that. And
I wanna
that's
do
where
that.
that's where it became a thing.
Yeah. Well, this would have been back in 1977,
Before that movie.
before that movie.
Yeah.
So, but you pump. If you're running late, you get your little brother to get the bicycle.
It could be
and-
said that you inspired Michael J. Fox.
I'm not going to go there, but you might be right.
It could be. Now, here's the thing is, Walt Disney moves on. In 1920, Walt met a guy by the name of Ub Iwerks and formed Iwerks Disney Commercial Artists. Now, the thing is, if you're listening right now, you're going to eventually have to start. Now, I wish I could tell you that, Walt did great on his first business. I wish I
Yeah.
could tell you that the business went on to do great. But I can tell you he had to start somewhere. And when we come back, Z, we're going to be getting into the specifics of how you started. We're going to be getting into how because Lisa over here, she started somewhere too. And if you're listening right now, you had to start somewhere.
I'm so glad we have Lisa on the show. We love taking homegrown entrepreneur success stories because that's what we're about. This show, as you're driving home on your Monday, it's a Monday, and I'll turn on the show.
It's a
I get
Monday,
fired up.
it's
We're going to give you.
Monday, it was terrible,
We're going
see,
to give
it
you
was
practical steps and how you too can have your own Pinot's Palette experience. How you too can have your own great business growing experience. Because if you listen up, we're going to coach you up.
Now, Z, if someone's listening right now and they go, I don't have what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. I don't know if I have what it requires. What words of encouragement would you have for somebody who goes, I just don't know if I have what it takes. I want to do it, but I just don't know.
Well, you have the two things that it takes. Number one, you're alive.
Oh,
And two, you're listening to the
that.
Thrive Time show. And that shows you've got that little interest. You got that little seed of entrepreneurship inside you. And if you let us water it and fertilize it and sunshine on it, we're going to grow that into a profitable, ginormous
oak.
tree of excellence.
A tree of excellence. When we come back here, we're going to be talking on the Thrive Time show how to grow a tree of excellence.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station. It's the Thrive Time Show during your drive time home. And yes, my name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear. And I'm joined here with a guy who, he started off as an optometrist. But before he started off as an optometrist, he started off as a young Oklahomie. Then he went to college. He started this optometry clinic thing. Then he became an entrepreneur guy. Then he goes out and he opens up an auto auction. Then he even gets invested in a bank and he starts growing other businesses. It's Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, how are you?
Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. And now we got the start of a wonderful week. And you know what? Keep tuning in to the Thrive Time Show, and we're going to keep giving you practical steps mixed in with just a little bit of fun to help you start or grow a business.
And this just in from our home office. Apparently half of the population,
It's technically a little bit more than that. I'm not going to call you a liar for 7%.
a little more than half
It's
of the
57%.
population wants to start and grow a business.
Yeah, so if you pull down the visor and look in there and go, there's a better chance that the person looking back at you secretly, deep down inside, wants to stop working for the man. They want to be the man.
And in fact, there's another statistic here. Some of the people who don't want to be a man and who aren't a man, and a little over half the population are ladies. And so it's ladies' night tonight, and we brought on a
ladies'
local
night.
Oklahomie, a wonderful entrepreneur. It's Miss Lisa Riley from Pinot's Palette. Miss Lisa, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I tell you what, I'm excited to have you on because we're talking today. We're kind of going through the timeline of Walt Disney's success. And we're going to get into some specifics and ask you about kind of your progression to success.
Now, Clay.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Walt Disney?
Well, Walt Disney was a guy who everyone knows as being this ultimate success story.
He's got the
but
mouse.
he
Did
started
the mouse thing?
somewhere.
Ah.
And he started at the bottom. And what happened is, in 1920, he meets this guy named Ub Iwerks, and he forms this company here called the Iwerks Disney Commercial Artists. Now, I want to ask you, Lisa, when did you first start your Pinot's Palette business? When did you first get in the game of being a self-employed entrepreneur?
2011.
What happened?
I was working in corporate America. I was working for ConocoPhillips at their worldwide headquarters in Houston.
Yep.
And my mother had passed away here. I'm an only child. I was very close with my parents. And I wanted to move home to be near my dad.
Yeah.
And I commuted 15 hours a week, 3 hours a day just to get to work and
You
back.
communicate. You commuted.
3 hours a day just to get to work every day.
Oh wow.
I loved my job. I did love my job in oil and gas, but I was over the drive. I was over